Every view on Old Testament law explained. Old Testament law. Old Testament law are the laws given to us by God before the time of Jesus. There are a variety of views in Christianity about how the Old Testament law applies to modern Christians due to the New Covenant, and I will summarize them. Supersessionism, covenant theology. The belief that all of God's covenants are a part of one, overarching covenant. The Old Covenant with the Jews was superseded by the New Covenant, and Israel lives on through the Christian Church. Only the moral law applies, with ceremonial law being abolished. Dispensationalism. The belief that God responds to humanity in different, separate ways or dispensations. Therefore, the Old Covenant ended with the Jews and a completely new covenant is formed with Christians. Therefore, none of the Old Testament law is binding on Christians today. Dual covenant theology. The belief that Old Testament law applies, but only for Jews, and the New Covenant applies only to non-Jewish Gentiles. Entirely binding. This belief is that all of the Old Testament law applies, including dietary laws. This view is held by Messianic Judaism and Seventh-day Adventists. Judaizers, Ebionites. A belief in early Christianity that keeping the Old Testament law and circumcision is a requirement for salvation. Theonomy. The belief that Old Testament law still applies and should be made official secular law by the government. Marcionism. A belief in early Christianity that the Old Testament should be entirely rejected due to it being the creation of the demiurge. Thanks for watching. I will make my next video about different Christian creeds as soon as I can.